I think we also should be requesting the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi to come and give away the awards to various awards. Our petrochemical industry is a sunrise industry in India with a 6 lakh crore output, with more than 60,000 industries spread over the country. I don't know whether you have come out with a catalogue of ancillary industries also. I expect that department and CPET and FICCI should jointly venture a directory. We should map the industry because there is a huge potential for creating our own products, huge potential for import substitution, huge potential for export, huge requirement of the domestic market, because we are nowhere near the global benchmark of plastic consumption. And there is a huge scope for innovation, for research and development. I will surely have a meeting with my colleague, Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, so that we can have more and more petrocomplexes, so that we can have crackers and then the processing industries across the country. We have 16 refineries, and after refining, after producing the fuel, I think we need to go to the next stage also. In nutshell, we should milk the crude. When we milk the crude completely, I think we provide a new impetus to Indian economy. And it is the mandate of Government of India, led by Narendra Bhai Modi, inspired by his vision, that we will not stop, but we will see that every gram, every drop of crude is fully utilized, value added, processed, further innovated, and creating a value addition and a new product into the world. I think that is the challenge, and for that challenge, we need to rise. Usually, in early 90s, the buzzword in India was IT, information technology. I represent the Silicon Valley of India, Bengaluru. And whenever I go to Electronic City or anywhere in Bengaluru, it is IT buzz. After IT, in last decade, India traversed itself into biotechnology, BT. I think now the day has come for plastic technology, PT. And if IT can be a buzzword, BT can be a buzzword, we also can make PT as a buzzword. Some reservations. If people don't understand what is the importance of plastic? What is the importance of plastic technology? And just because of the packaging material, some polyethylene bags, the entire plastic industry comes under fire, comes under mispropaganda and get tarnished. I think it is the duty of all of us, the government, the CPET, the industry organizations, as well as the industry, together to create a nationwide campaign about the use of plastics and innovation in plastics and how plastics are beneficial. And we also need to come out with a strategy for reuse, recycling of plastic material. I think there is lot needs to be done in this regard. Today morning we had a cabinet meeting, and I think it's a great day for chemicals and fertilizers today. Evening we have this award function. Morning, under the leadership of Narendra Bhai Modi, we took a decision of providing subsidy to organic fertilizers also. You all know, usually the government of India provides subsidy to chemical fertilizers, urea, DAP, MOP, SSP. But for the first ever time, we decided, because India produces, the cities of India produces 62 million waste every year, and if we process, segregate and process 62 million metric tons of waste, then we will get 5.2 million tons of compost, and that compost today is 5,500 rupees per ton. Therefore, the farmer, the kisan, he will naturally run after urea, which is at 5,360 rupees. Therefore, today we decided that we will provide 1,500 rupees per ton subsidy for compost manufactured by waste. I know this is not a fertilizer function, but at the same time, this is how it helps. This is how you can make a paradigm shift. This is how you can take a path-breaking decision. And if India is using 50 million tons of fertilizers and 32 million tons of urea, in that 1/6 can come from compost. I think in next 10 years, it will benefit the farmers as well as the soil of India. In the same way, when I was giving away the awards, and I was talking to each of the recipients about their innovations, from removing arsenic from water to creating a garment, creating a cloth from banana peel, I think is wonderful. Then tomorrow, in any new fashion, if somebody asks me about my robe, I can tell it is not by the cotton yarn, it is not because of the polymer, it is by banana peel. And that is the innovation. I think it is from Bannari Amma College. All innovations are good. All innovations are great. I don't know whether this time we gave away awards to green technology also. I was asking Professor Naik that he was telling me that CPET has been instrumental in developing various innovations for aircraft, innovations for spacecrafts, innovations for solid rockets, and we also have come out with many innovations through our research and development for healthcare, for packaging. It has been one of the main endeavor of Government of India that we need to create capacity building, human resource. When I was given this ministry, first time I took the presentation of Central Institute of Plastic Engineering and Technology last year, I was briefed that we are producing 42,000 technicians every year. But thanks to the effort of the department as well as CPET led by Professor Naik, this year, within 1 year, from 42,000, our output has jumped to 80,000 every year. This clapping is not commiserating to 80,000 numbers. And I was asking him, next year how many students we are going to produce? He said, sir, we will produce 1 lakh students. Then what is the demand? How many technicians we need to be producing? We need to be producing 6 lakh students, 6 lakh technicians every year. That is the human resource requirement. And whomsoever we are producing, nearly 80% are going abroad. They are getting placed in different countries. And this is the demand for plastic technicians and plastic engineers. Just imagine, sky is the limit. Therefore, in last 1 year only, earlier we had 28 centers of CPET, 23, and in last 1 year, from 23 it has become 28, and recently I have sanctioned 11 more. I have sanctioned one more R&D center. Earlier it was in Chennai and Bhubaneswar. I have added Bengaluru also, because I want Bengaluru to be not only IT and BT capital, it also should become plastic technology capital. Dear friends, ultimately we want to have 100 centers of CPETs in the country. 100 CPET centers. It may look ambitious for you, but if you want to produce 6 lakh technicians and engineers in plastic technology, you require that many number of CPETs. And do you know the beauty of CPET? Today I want to disclose the secret. The secret is, CPET is, I think, the only institution at the level of regional engineering colleges, IITs and NIPERs and various such alma mater. CPET is the only institution which is self-reliant. From how many years?
Last 6-7 years.
From last 7 years, they are not drawing a single NP for non-plan expenditure from government. They are sustaining themselves. It speaks volumes. If they are sustaining themselves, that means there is so much of innovation, there is so much of R&D, there is so much of business in the commercial sense in the petrochemical world. And when there is so much there, and one of the main purposes of these developments is, with a great pride I want to say, it is CPET. It is doing it. They are having MOUs with major industries. They are having consultancy tie-ups with major industries. They are having consultancy tie-ups with various national and international universities. That means together we can transform the entire petrochemical situation in India. I was asking Avinash Joshi ji that we can milk up to 6% of the crude. Are we doing it? Whether India is milking that much of crude through petrochemical complexes and crackers and processing units? No. We are doing only to the tune of 2.5%. And with 2.5%, if you can generate an industry of 6 lakh crores, if you can do it fully, you will be somewhere near 12 to 15 lakh crore rupees worth of industry. You will be adding 5% to the GDP. Now you are at 2% of the GDP. Your petrochemical industry is 2% of the GDP. Having 5% of the share of the GDP. And imagine how much of employment we can generate. How much of ancillary industries we can generate. Therefore, I think if Skill India has to really take off, the rocket force for the Skill India can be given by only one industry, that is petrochemical industry and plastic industry. This is the full potential of this ministry. Somehow for ages, we were dormant, we were under the covers, and now the time has come to realize the potential. Therefore, I also think we need to graduate to much bigger vista, much bigger activity, and much bigger foray. And many times I feel that the beginning will be through a small stream, and ultimately it will be a very huge river. Like that, the petrochemical industry in India has to grow. And I think these days are not far off.